What is going on, YouTube? It is Wednesday at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, my school I work at is still shut down until further notice because of this coronavirus. So that looks like, and plus, as you know, I've had a seizure back in end of February. So about the 25th, I think it was. But yeah, I've been basically recovering. And at the same time that that happened, when I was in the hospital for about 10 days, then I was in rehab for about 3 or 4 days. That's when the coronavirus broke out. When I was just getting ready to leave the hospital as it broke out. So you know, I guess right now school's not really missing me right now because they're not in session right now. So which is really, I hate it that people are not, they're still paying our workers, but it sucks that things aren't back to normal yet. But I have a feeling that they're going to get things straightened out and everything will be good. And it sucks that everybody's been getting sick and losing their lives and everything over this. So hopefully soon we'll be able to get this under control. But I've just been kind of trying to keep busy, don't overdo it, because I have fractures pretty much all throughout my body, and that really kind of sucks. So, as I said before, I'm going to be doing my Patreon, and I'm finally getting that in order. So, as soon as I can get a link for it, I'll get it up there for you. So, I'm going to have actually a $1 tier, which will kind of help out the show, a $5 tier, which will really help out the show. That'll kind of help me to get the equipment that I really want to make this a big thing. I want to really, I really want to get a bunch of subscribers and followers, and I really want to spruce up the show. So what I want to do is I want to get myself a green screen. I want to get. I enjoy doing it on this OBS system because it really does make things a lot easier. And I want to get the green screen. I want to get a new mic. I want to get everything really going good, and that's the $1. That's $1 tier, $5 tier. That's pretty much to help out the show, whatever you can afford per month. And also, $10 tier. That will a $10 tier. What that'll do is if you need some advice, you know, like if you're a miner like I am, it took me a long time to figure out how to get on with Ethermine. I finally figured it out after a while, about a year. Finally had a tech. What I did was I pretty much videotaped everything I did from step one, step two, step three, all the way through, and I sent it to the company I mined from. I'll have to get the name of it later on. It kind of escapes me right now, but um, Bitfly, I think it is. It's totally an Ethereum miner. I use Claymore miner, which is pretty good. You got to use the newest version. But if you use the $10 level, what I can do is I can help you, you know, get started with that because there's a lot of little tricks and a lot of little stuff you got to do. One of the biggest pain in the butts is having to confirm and validate your miner with the IP address. I can show you how to do that. And and I also have a $20 level, $20 tier level. What that'll do, I've had more than several. I've had a bunch of people actually ask me, "Hey, Jason, what do you think I should buy? What kind of, how should I do this or how should I do that?" Well, with the $20 a month, what that'll get you is one-on-one sessions with me. I'll give you out my cell phone number. So if you have any kind of questions or if you need some advice, I can try to, kind of like tutor you if you're new at this on what to do. I'll be glad to do it because, right now I'm basically just sitting at home doing nothing. I mean, I'm I like to garden too, so I got my garden all ready for the spring just a minute ago. So, but with the $20 level, that'll get you one-on-one tutoring sessions. I've been doing this game for about a year or two now, so I do know what I'm doing. I've made mistakes, and I can try to show you what mistakes not what to make. Because I know there's probably some new folks out there that are doing this that probably really, still learning it and don't really know what to do. So for $20 a month, which will go toward the show, I'll be more than happy to help you out. Like if you want to get on Coinbase, that's basically the easiest one to do, and that's the one I use. So if you're a Coinbase user, if you want to get on Coinbase, but don't quite know how to do it, what I can do is I can show you how to do it step by step. It's basically pretty easy. It's probably one of the easier exchanges to get onto, but it can be a little tricky. So I can show you how to do that. And basically, I can just be there for you if you like. Even anytime you can text me, or I can give you my phone number. You can text me and say, "Hey, what do you think I should do here?" I'll be glad to answer your text. So that's the $20 tier level. So any kind of help, guys, I would really appreciate it. So I do have my Patreon up and running. If you're on the Patreon and you want to look for members, just type in Jason Banky. I mean, that's pretty not exactly the most common name in the world. Jason is, but my last name ain't. So just go ahead and hit me up on there. And as soon as I get my URL, I will go ahead and I will post it on my YouTube thing here, and I'll get that out to you. So enough of that. It looks like we're kind of getting ready to go into a downtrend here. If you're a person like me, I was tempted to sell a little bit, maybe $80 of my Ethereum, but if you're a person like me who don't really have a lot, maybe has a couple of hundred, maybe I've got about 275, 300 bucks into it. And about 250 to 260 now because it's down a bit. But if you don't have that much, if you don't have thousands and thousands of dollars into it, folks like me, we can kind of afford to ride it out. Just like Thursday a couple of weeks ago when the markets crashed, it went all the way down to $91. Well, guess what it did? About a week or so later, went right back to 130. So yes, we're kind of coming at the end of the triangle here, and usually that is a sign, once volume starts to die off, that is a sign that we probably could fall pretty hard. Now, if you're going to be a serious investor, if you're just doing this casually, got 50 bucks or 100, hey, that's cool. But if you're going to be a serious investor, my only advice to you is, if you're going to put 200 bucks like I did into it, you got to consider it gone already. If you make money, wonderful. But you can't let it bother you. You can't let, if it's at 129 now and she drops all the way to 90 or $70 or 50, you got to just shrug it off. You got to get up, dust yourself off, and just keep moving forward. Don't be tempted to sell. I know it's very tempting because I was thinking to myself earlier, well, if I sell $80 worth of Ethereum, I might be able to pick up a little more. Yes, I should. Yeah, sure, I could. But I got in at $190, and it's now about $129. Would that be logical for me to sell out? Let's see. 190 minus 129. I'd lose over just a little bit around 60 bucks, maybe a little bit. I'd be selling 0.65 Ethereum. So, and I think for half an Ethereum, I paid 190. It was at 190. So for me right now, it wouldn't make much sense for me to get out right now. Now, if it gets up to 190, 200 again, and if I think it's starting to lose steam, that would be the smart time to get out. The whole game of investing is you got to be patient. You got to be able to have the nerve to withstand days like this. You're going to have, let me tell you, you're going to have more red days than you're going to have green days. I've noticed that. You're going to have more red days than you're going to have green days. And many times these like yesterday was, it's almost kind of also, I know it's a lame excuse, but most of the reason I didn't do it is I felt like crap. I was having real bad dizzy spells. I was sick at my stomach. So trust me, having a seizure is no fun because the recovery really stinks. But anyway, yesterday Ethereum was at about 132 all day long. 131, 132. Basically didn't move. So you got to have the stomach to put up with days like this. You're going to have more days like this than you're going to have days that pop. Days that pop come far and few between. You got to have the patience. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to drop 1,000 and in 2 hours I'm going to see it grow to 1,500. No, it's not going to happen, guys. Especially if you're going to buy a coin like XRP. We'll get into that later. But these coins, you have to have extreme patience. You have to buy them and then forget you have them. And that's what I'm trying to do. Now, yesterday, I kind of said it before in past videos that I thought about mining Ethereum, and my goal, I mine zero point zero 0.01 Ethereum. I know I've only got one graphics card, an RX 570 8 GB. That might not seem like much to some of you big miners out there, but I'm just getting started. What I want to do is I want to kind of see, okay, we're on one of these plans for the electric bill where it's like they bill me, they bill you in advance and you pay a certain amount every month, the same amount. I want to see if there's not going to be any surprise bills that say, oh, you owe such and such this because you're mining. I want to see what my first year's mining thing is going to be before I buy another graphics card. That way I can have an idea of, well, this is probably what's going to cost me per month. I think that's a smart thing to do. But with my mining, I had 0.02 that I'd mined for the last couple of weeks. I get 0.01 every week. So what I did was I still have 2 full Ethereum, a little bit more, and I took I had 0.02, and I converted it to Litecoin. So now I have 0.06. So 0.02 something, like 0.025 or whatever, is worth 0.06 Litecoin. So once I get Litecoin, I figured it's going to take me, what, 30 or 40, 50 months, or 30 or 40, 50 weeks or something like that to get to a full Litecoin. That time goes by fast, and I'll have mined that Litecoin, which is pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and get into the charts here. With BTC Bitcoin, it looks like it's these it looks like these candles are getting pretty thin here. So I think we are getting ready to take a dive here. We started out at about 64.3709, kind of ping-ponged all day, and then kind of took a plunge here, down to about 63.71, then kind of popped again. Just ping-ponged all day, and now we've kind of gone all the way down here. 67.14, so from 67.14 to about 64.87. Right, 64.37 it looks like. To about 62.25. 62.25 to about 64.37. That's about your support level for Bitcoin right now. I think worst case for Bitcoin, guys, we could probably see it drop to about 55 to 5,700, which I still have a strong belief that it could jump back to about 10 to 15,000. So I would sell off probably now if you can afford it. And if you can't, just hold on to it. Hold tight. But I don't know, man. It's just 5,500. I think is a worst case scenario, or maybe 6,100. I don't know. But let's go ahead and check XRP. Basically, XRP started out at about 17 cents. Well, I'm not even going to go through the rest of it. And then went to 17.5, I think it is. Just basically ping-ponged all day. See, guys, this is what I'm talking about. It's going to go from 17.5, 17.3. It jumps up in little tiny increments like that. You got to have extreme patience for this coin, too. And then it dropped down to about 16.0025, or no, 16 or 17.2. From 17.2 to about 17.5 is your support level for XRP. People are still saying XRP could moon and it could go 5 times what it's worth. That's what they're saying on Google. But if you're going to collect this coin, if you're going to hold on to this coin, my only advice to you is be a very patient person. If you're one of these people that, I don't know, just have to have instant gratification, Litecoin is kind of like that too. If you have to have, Litecoin's a little bit more stable than XRP, in my opinion. I'm a huge XRP fan. Don't get me wrong, but XRP, it just doesn't go up very much. I mean, it just kind of painfully goes up. You just got to have extreme patience with it. But I mean, could it go to $1? Sure, absolutely. But it could take a while. But anyway, moving on. Litecoin, and then we'll do Ethereum and wrap it up because I know I've rambled on long enough. So, Litecoin, the one I'm kind of converting right now from Ethereum when I mine it. We started at 38.86, ping-ponged a little bit. spiked up to about 39.31 ping pong, and then we kind of dropped down to about 37.93, and it kind of went a little lower here to about 37.33 to about, let's see, 39.23. So 37 to 39, that's your support level for Litecoin. I see Litecoin hitting 140 again, maybe 125. But the problem with that is, I think $30 to $50, maybe 60. That's about your support level for Litecoin. That's where it's going to usually sit at. It'll spike to 100 every once in a while, but Litecoin's still a good investment. I just want to see more news come out. I want to see more development come out, but I still believe Litecoin is a good investment. So moving on to Ether. All right, let me get this out of here. And again, I'm sorry I didn't do a show last night. I just felt like total crap. Okay. All right, guys, with Ethereum, we started out at about 132.69, I think that is, and spiked to about 133, 134-ish, ping-ponged, and now we're going back down again. 130. So between 130 and 135, it's like I've been watching this pattern form. You dropped to about 125, but I think it could go a little bit lower today. Just depends on how Bitcoin does. But some folks are saying maybe 80, 90 bucks. But I've got two of them, so I really don't care. I mean, I hate to see people lose money, but I'm not going to sell out just because it hits $90 or $80. That doesn't make any difference to me. But I've noticed that it'll shoot to 135, maybe 140. Once it hits 141 to 145, 145 is about your top resistance of Ethereum. We got to push through that, and that's what's causing these coins to go down. They're not meeting their resistance levels, and that makes it go down. So, but in order to be a good investor and not lose your butt like I have sometimes, you just got to use your smarts. Don't let these downtrends. They usually last about a week or two. Sometimes they last longer. I mean, you just got to feel comfortable about when to get in. But don't let it scare you, because it'll bounce right back and, go from there. But anyway, guys, like I said, if you want to help out the show, I got $1 level, $5 tier, and $10 tier, and a $20 tier. So, like I said, 1 through 5 is just to help the show out. And then 10, I'll help you out with mining if you're a miner. And then $20 if you need one-on-one sessions with me. I'll be more than happy to give you my phone number and help you out. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you viewing my channel. I love you. I appreciate it. This is Crypto Vision 2.0 signing off. Peace out, guys.